In many religious and spiritual traditions, signs from God are believed to guide individuals toward their purpose and destiny. If you receive certain signs from God, they may indicate that you are destined for greatness, not necessarily in terms of worldly fame or success, but in spiritual significance and impact. Here are some signs that may suggest you are called for greatness in God's plan. Number 1. A deep, unshakable calling. You may feel a profound sense of purpose or calling that stays with you, no matter what. This calling often involves serving others, advancing God's kingdom, or contributing in some meaningful way. It could manifest as a desire to lead, teach, create, or help those in need. Biblical example, Jeremiah felt a strong calling from God even before he was born. Before I formed you in the womb I knew you. Before you were born I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Jeremiah 1:5. Number 2. Persistent dreams or visions. God sometimes communicates through dreams, visions, or a deep inner knowing that you are meant to do something significant. These dreams may be vivid and recurring, guiding you toward a greater purpose. Biblical example, Joseph was given dreams that revealed his future role as a leader. Then he had another dream, and he told it to his brothers. Listen, he said, I had another dream, and this time the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me. Genesis 37:9. Number 3. Unusual favor or blessings. You may notice that doors open for you in ways that seem miraculous or unexpected. Opportunities may present themselves that others struggle to find. This could be a sign that God's favor is upon you, preparing you for something great. Biblical example, Esther found favor in the eyes of the king, which allowed her to save her people from destruction. And Esther won the favor of everyone who saw her. Esther 2:15. Number 4. A heart for service and compassion. You may have an intense desire to help others, whether through acts of kindness, leadership, or simply offering support. This heart of service is often a sign that God is shaping you for something great, as true greatness in God's kingdom comes through serving others. Biblical example, Jesus taught that true greatness comes from serving others. The greatest among you will be your servant. Matthew 23:11. Number 5. Trials and challenges. Those destined for greatness often experience significant challenges, trials, or spiritual attacks. These difficulties serve to refine and prepare you for your purpose. God uses these moments to build strength, resilience, and trust in Him. Biblical example, Joseph endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before rising to a position of great authority in Egypt, where he fulfilled his God-given purpose. Genesis 37-41. Number 6. A desire for holiness and spiritual growth. If you find yourself drawn toward a deeper relationship with God and a life of holiness, this could be a sign that He is preparing you for something greater. The closer you draw to God, the more He equips you for His purpose. Biblical example, David was described as a man after God's own heart, which prepared him for his role as king. The Lord has sought out a man after His own heart and appointed him ruler of His people. 1 Samuel 13:14. Number 7. A growing awareness of spiritual gifts. You may begin to recognize unique spiritual gifts, such as wisdom, leadership, prophecy, or healing, that God has given you to fulfill a special mission. These gifts are often a sign that God has equipped you for greatness in His kingdom. Biblical example, Paul teaches that God gives each person spiritual gifts for the benefit of others. Now to each one the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good. 1 Corinthians 12:7. Chapter 8. Divine appointments and connections. You might encounter people who guide, mentor, or support you in ways that feel divinely orchestrated. These divine appointments often signal that God is aligning circumstances to prepare you for your purpose. Biblical example, Moses encountered Jethro, who offered wisdom and guidance in leadership, helping Moses prepare for his role in leading the Israelites. Exodus 18. Number 9. Unexplained peace and joy in difficult times. Even during challenging seasons, you may experience a deep sense of peace, joy, or contentment that doesn't make sense given your circumstances. This is often a sign that God is with you, preparing you for something greater. Biblical example, Paul experienced peace and joy even in prison because he knew his purpose was to serve Christ. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Philippians 4:4. Number 10. A sense of protection and guidance. You may feel that God is guiding you, even when you don't fully understand your path. He may protect you from harm, redirect you from danger, or close doors that aren't right for you, all to lead you toward your true calling. Biblical example, God guided the Israelites through the wilderness with a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night, showing them the way to the promised land, Exodus 13:21. If you are receiving these signs, it may be God's way of showing you that you are destined for greatness, not necessarily in the worldly sense of fame and power, but in His kingdom's work. Greatness in God's eyes often involves humility, service, faith, and spiritual impact. God equips those He calls, and if you feel these signs, trust that He is preparing you for a purpose that will glorify Him and benefit others. If you know you find this interesting to your spiritual being, kindly hit the like button, subscribe and comment if you have received